Okay, so today's practice, we're going to come through a gentle flow. So we're going to move through a gentle flow. So again, listening to body, see how you feel. We're going to take it slow and easy. If you want to scale it up, you always can. Just see how you go, see how you feel. Okay, also if you would like props, you could grab a pillow or a block or something. We're not going to really need that, but if you just feel like you want a bit more support for your body, you're welcome to grab those. Otherwise, coming to lie on our mat, maybe knees bent, maybe legs straight. See what feels good for you this evening. And then bring hands, one hand to heart, one hand to belly to start. Just allowing your body to relax into the mat. Softening our shoulders, relaxing our hips. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling, sighing out the day. Taking another deep breath in, and exhaling, sighing it out. And taking one more deep breath in, and exhaling, releasing. Allowing your body to be heavy on the mat. Allowing your body to be relaxed. Then just drawing your awareness to your heart space and noticing how you're feeling today in this space. So whether it's your physical heart space or your spiritual heart space, whatever you're drawn to, just noticing if you're feeling a lot of expansion or joy in the space. Noticing if you may be feeling a bit of restriction or closing off. Maybe feeling a bit of tightness. Just noticing where you're at. Remembering not to judge or trying to change it, just becoming aware of where you are today and where your heart space is today. So we're going to be moving through a gentle flow with a few heart openers to get into our heart space. And then also as we move through these heart openers, these chest openers, just noticing if it feels tricky for you, so either physically or spiritually. Sometimes when we're feeling closed off on our heart center, our shoulders can even sink in. And just noticing that, just allowing yourself throughout the practice today to take up space, to open up your heart space, allowing yourself to fully express who you are. And then when you're ready, drawing your awareness to your breath. Not trying to change your breath yet, just noticing your breath, noticing your inhale and your exhale. Noticing where you're breathing into your natural breath. Maybe you've already engaged a deeper breath. Maybe it's your breath is still quite shallow. Just noticing where you're at. And then when you're really beginning to deepen our breath, allowing our belly to rise with the inhale Drawing belly button towards our spine on the exhale. Inhaling, belly rise. Exhaling, belly button to spine. Really fully expanding our belly, allowing our ribcage to rise as we inhale, and exhaling, releasing with control the air from our lungs. And maybe setting an intention for your practice this evening, or sankalpa, what you would like to receive from your practice, or dedicate your practice to. And then when we're ready, beginning to inhale our arms above our head. Extending our legs out in front of us, coming to a full body stretch. Drawing our knees in towards our chest, giving them a squeeze. Maybe rocking from elbow to elbow, side to side. And then extending our legs and coming through a slight fish. So see how you feel. Maybe it feels a little bit deep, so don't take it too much. So lifting up slightly onto our elbows, bringing the top of our head down towards the mat. So we're opening up through our heart center. You don't have to lift up too much if it doesn't feel good. Just lifting up slightly, trying to feel like you're shining your heart forward. So if you don't put your head, the top of your head on the mat just yet, that's perfect. So just feel like you're lifting your chest up, pushing your weight through your elbows, opening up through heart center. And then again, breathing deeply here, feeling the opening through our chest. If you feel like coming into a full fish, that's also perfect. By bringing the top of our head down towards the mat, opening up through throat and heart. Our weight is on our elbows, or just a slight lifting of the chest to start with. And then slowly lowering back down, again drawing knees in towards chest, giving them a squeeze. And then bringing our hands behind our knees, rocking along the length of our spine. Until we're ready to rock up into a seated position. And then when you're ready, we're going to come through some heart openers again. So taking our hands out behind us, interlacing our hands behind us. Drawing our chest forward, elbows together, palms together, lifting our chest up. Keeping our chin tucked, or you can drop your head back. Again, see what feels best for your neck. And then releasing our arms back towards our body, we're going to bring our hands over towards, so keeping fingers interlaced, we're going to bring our hands over towards the right-hand side, dropping our right ear over towards our right shoulder, relaxing our right shoulder down away from our ear. So we're going to come into a nice deep stretch through the left-hand side of our neck and all the way into our left arm. Breathing here. Maybe throughout the practice today, you come back to keeping eyes closed, coming back to breath, really internalizing and staying in the moment, in the sensations in our body. Maybe not. Just see what feels best for you. And then lifting head back up towards center, reaching arms out behind us. We're going to take hands over towards the left hand side, dropping left ear over towards left shoulder, again drawing our right shoulder away from us. Again, maybe feeling quite a nervy stretch down into our arm, feeling a stretch through the right hand side of our neck. If it feels good, you can also just remove our neck slightly, seeing where the position is of your neck, where you get the deepest stretch. And then dropping chin towards center, extending our arms back out. We're going to bring our hands out behind us, just next to our hips and behind our hips, and pushing in through our fingertips, lifting chest up, drawing shoulders away from ears. And then when we're ready, bringing hands down towards the mat, rolling over our shins, coming into our tabletop position. Making sure that wrists and shoulders are in alignment, knees and hips are in alignment, and coming through our cat and cow. So untucking tailbone, dropping belly to the floor, looking up, inhaling, exhaling as we push the floor away. Feeling the movement through our spine. Inhaling up, exhaling, pushing the floor away. Linking our breath with the movement. And then coming into our cow, dropping belly to the earth, drawing chest between our arms. Taking a moment to breathe here. Coming back into a neutral spine, walking our hands forward as we keep our knees and our hips stacked. Melting heart down towards the earth, coming into our puppy dog stretch or our heart opener. Taking a moment to breathe. And then walking hands back towards our body. Tucking our toes under, pushing our bum back and up, coming into our downward facing dog. Pedaling through our ankles. Finding some movement here. And then when you're ready, drawing heels down towards the earth, pushing out of our hands, but drawing shoulders away from ears. Nice long spine, and we're just going to take a moment to breathe here. So finding your place in your downward facing dog and breathing nice and deeply. Again, maybe knees are bent to start with, and then you straighten through legs, see what feels good. And then when we're ready, slowly walking feet towards hands, coming to the top of our mat. Either coming into a ragdoll or coming into a full forward fold. See where you are today, this evening. Tucking chin in towards chest. Lengthening the back of our neck. And again, breathing here. Maybe you're in a forward fold, but knees are slightly bent. That's also perfect. Just see where you are. And then we're going to bring our hands, interlacing them behind the back of our neck, drawing elbows out towards the side, lengthening through our heart center. Putting a slight bit of pressure on the back of our neck if that feels good. And then releasing our arms down, bending through knees, rippling up through spine. Inhaling our arms above our head. Exhale as we cactus arms out to the side, opening up through chest. Inhaling back up to center. Exhale as we swan dive down, forward fold. Bring our hands to the mat. We're going to step our right foot back, dropping right knee and tucking right toes, inhaling arms up. Again, here we're going to sink hips down towards the mat, lifting chest up towards the ceiling as we extend arms up. Maybe even shifting gaze up towards the ceiling. And we're going to melt shoulders away from our ears. And then circling our arms out behind us, bringing our hands into our lower spine, drawing elbows together, lifting chest. Almost feel like there's a string lifting your chest up towards the ceiling. And then if it feels good, we can interlace our hands out behind us here, drawing palms together as we straighten through arms. Maybe sinking deeper into the heart opener, maybe not. So see where you're at. And then lifting up out here, releasing elbows, releasing hands. Bring your hands to frame front foot. We're going to tuck our back toes under as we step back into our plank. Going down into our knees, chest, chin. Inhaling up into our sphinx here. So coming into a sphinx, tops of our feet on the mat, onto our elbows, elbows and shoulders in alignment, drawing our heart forward as we tuck chin in towards chest. Just taking a moment to breathe here. We're going to take our hands out towards the side of our mat. If it feels good for you, coming up into a seal, again drawing chest forward. And then drawing chest forward as we lower, bringing hands underneath shoulders, tucking toes, scooching to knees, either coming into a child's pose or up into a downward facing dog. Taking a moment to breathe. Again, lengthening and deepening our breath. Beautiful. And then shifting our weight over towards our left foot, inhaling our right foot up, stepping our right foot between our hands, dropping left knee and tucking left toes, inhaling our arms up as we sink our hips down towards the mat. Again, feel like our chest is being lifted up towards the ceiling, shifting our gaze up and breathing here. And then when you're ready, circling our arms out behind us, bring our hands to our lower spine, drawing elbows together, lifting chest up. And then if it feels good for you, interlacing our hands behind us, drawing palms together, straightening through arms, lifting chest up. And then when you're ready, bending through elbows, lifting arms up again, bringing hands to frame our front foot, tucking our back toes under, stepping back into our plank. Lowering down into our knees, chest, chin, and then lifting up into our baby cobra. So using our spine to lift ourselves up, making sure that we're not pressing into our hands. Legs are engaged, kneecaps are lifted, and then keeping our chin tucked in towards our chest. So maybe even lifting hands up off the mat to make sure that we're not pressing into them. Engaging spine. It's quite intense. Keep breathing. And then lowering back down. Tucking to toes, scooching knees, and again either pushing back into a child's pose or up into a downward facing dog. See what feels best for you. Taking a moment to breathe again. Slowing and deepening our breath here. And then when you're ready, Coming up into a downward facing dog if you're not there yet. Shifting our weight over towards our right foot, inhaling our left foot up. Stepping our left foot between our hands, dropping right knee and tucking right toes. Bringing hands to prayer at heart center, lifting up into our low lunge. But now on this one, instead of opening up through hips, we're going to stay nice and lifted. So drawing belly back into spine, tucking tailbone, getting that 90-degree angle in our front knee. Bringing hands to prayer at heart center, taking a moment to breathe. And then maybe if it feels good for you, sinking hips slightly deeper in towards the mat, feeling our chest lift up towards the ceiling, dropping back into a slight back bend. And then lifting back up to center, bringing hands to frame our front foot, tucking our back toes under, coming into our twist here, keeping our right hand on the mat as we inhale our left arm up, coming into our twisting lunge. And then bringing our left hand down towards the mat, keeping left hand where it is, we're going to inhale our right arm up, coming into an open twist. And then bringing right hand down towards the mat, we're going to heel to our left foot out towards the side, bringing our left hand to the inside of our left foot, dropping left knee down towards the mat, coming in to our lizard. And here just rocking hips forward and back, just slightly sinking into our hips, maybe rocking hips from side to side if that feels good. Just slow movements. And then coming into our lizard. And then before we sink in, we're actually going to stay quite lifted. So keeping that back knee drop down, sinking hips down, lifting chest up, but again keeping chin tucked. So you can feel you get quite deep into hip flexors here. And then taking a moment to breathe. And then if it feels good for you, coming flat onto our hands again, we're going to circle our bend through our right knee, bring our right foot into towards our bum. Okay, maybe staying there. If you're on your kneecap and it's quite sore, remember you can always fold over your mat, just to give yourself a little bit more cushion, okay? Or you can roll, if your hips allow it and your hip flexors allow it, rolling onto almost like your thigh. And then if it's accessible for you, you can circle left hand to grab hold on right foot. And then to start, we're just going to draw this foot in towards our bum. Getting a nice deep quadricep stretch here. Stretching the front of our thigh. And then if it feels good for you, coming into a heart opener, so kicking right foot into left hand, opening up through chest, dropping head back. And then drawing that foot back in towards our bum, releasing with control. We're going to send our left arm out towards the ceiling, opening up through our heart, dropping head back. So you're almost getting the same heart opener but without holding onto the foot. And then bringing left hand down towards the mat, tucking our back toes under, coming back up into our plank, lowering down through our knees, chest, chin, inhaling up into our cobra. Remember to keep pubic bone on floor, elbows bent and tucked in towards side, drawing chest forward and chin tucked. Breathing nice and deeply here. And then drawing chest forward as we lower, tucking toes, scooching to knees. Again, either coming into downward facing dog or coming into a child's pose for a moment. See what feels best for you. Focusing in on your breath wherever you are. And then when you're ready, lifting up into our downward facing dog. If you're not there yet, shifting our weight over towards our left foot as we inhale our right foot up. Stepping our right foot between our hands, dropping left knee and tucking left toes. Inhaling up into our lunge, keeping that 90-degree angle again, bring our hands to prayer at heart center. So remember to keep this 90 degrees, keeping our belly button to spine, keeping tailbone tucked. Breathing nice and deeply here. And then if it feels good, we can sink hips deep in towards the mat, lifting our chest up slightly, coming into a heart opener here. And then lifting back up. Releasing our hands down towards the mat, tucking our back toes under, keeping left hand on the mat as we inhale our right arm up, coming into our twisting lunge. Breathing nice and deeply. And then when you're ready, bring right hand down towards the outside of our right foot. Finding your balance and inhaling our left arm up, coming into an open twist. Shifting our gaze up or down towards the mat, see what feels good. And then bringing left hand down towards mat, heel toeing our right foot out towards the side, bringing right hand to the inside of right foot, dropping our right knee down towards the mat. Again, we're going to try and sink hips down as we lift chest up. Getting deep into our hips. Just see how your hips feel. And then lifting back up, rocking hips from side to side, feeling a little bit of movement here. And then when you're ready, coming into your lizard. Maybe staying on hands or sinking hands down, sinking down to elbows. Just making sure that both elbows touch the floor if you're doing this. And then taking a moment to breathe here. And then when you're ready, lifting up onto our hands. Again, if you drop down towards elbows, bending our left knee, flipping the mat if you need to. Either staying here, or if it feels good, maybe if anything goes into cramp, rather don't do this. Grabbing the hold of our left foot with our right hand and drawing that foot in towards our bum. And then if it feels good for you, you can kick your foot into your hand, opening up through your chest, maybe sinking head back. And then releasing that foot with control, extending our right arm out behind us, coming into a heart opening here, keeping the rounding through our chest. And then closing back off, bringing right hand down towards the mat, stepping back into our plank, coming through our knees, chest, chin. Either coming up into baby cobra or cobra, tucking elbows, drawing chest forward. And then when we're ready, either coming into down facing dog or child's pose, see where you're at and taking a moment to breathe here wherever you are. Centering into our breath, deepening our breath. And then when you're ready, coming up into downward facing dog if you're not there yet. We're going to shift our weight over towards our left foot. As we inhale our right foot up, stepping our right foot to the outside of our right hand, dropping left knee, untucking left toes, coming into a lizard. And then we're going to bring our left chin out behind us to the right hand side, lifting up into a variation of warrior two. So you're almost in like a half warrior two, if you want to say. So you're on your shin of your left, you're on your left shin, right toes are forward, left shin is parallel. Beautiful. And then gazing over our right hand. And then here we're just going to sink down in towards our hips and then lifting up out of it. And then sinking forward and lifting up. Beautiful. Sinking forward and lifting up. And one more time, sinking forward and lifting up. And then taking our left arm down towards the mat behind us, reaching our right arm overhead, but keeping the bend in our right knee. So don't straighten through that right leg, keeping the bend there. Right arm overhead. Shifting gaze up towards the ceiling or down towards the mat. Again, whatever feels good for you. And then we're going to circle our right hand along the mat, bring it next to our right foot, inhaling left arm up. Or you can bring right elbow to right thigh. See what feels accessible to you. You want to almost put a slight bit of pressure on your, if it feels good, a slight bit of pressure on the inside of your right knee, getting deeper into our hip flexors again. Shifting gaze up or down. Breathing nice and deeply here. And then lifting them back up into our warrior two again. Straining through our front leg, drawing our front toes up towards the ceiling. We're going to extend our right hand down our right leg, reaching our left arm up. And then lifting back up to center, bending through our right knee, bringing hands to frame our right foot, swiveling our left foot back towards mat, tucking left toes under, stepping back into our plank. Again, coming through vinyasa of choice, so maybe knees, chest, chin, into baby cobra, or coming through a full vinyasa. See what feels good for you. And then again, maybe coming into downward facing dog, or coming into a child's pose. Taking a moment to breathe. And then when you're ready, coming up into downward facing dog. If you're in child's pose,
Shifting our weight over towards our right foot as we inhale our left foot up. Stepping our left foot to the outside of our left hand. Coming into almost like a lizard. Dropping back, knees down towards the mat. Bring our right shin out towards the side. Opening up into a warrior two. If it feels better, you can shift that foot forward so that knee and ankle are in alignment here. Just see how you feel. And then gazing over our left fingers. And then again, just shifting here. So sinking forward and pushing back up. Getting a little bit of movement here, deep stretching through our hip flexors. And then coming into our warrior two, extending our right arm out behind us, left arm up towards the ceiling, or taking it overhead. Remember to keep the bend in our left knee. And then circling left arm along the mat, maybe bringing left hand next to left foot or left elbow to left thigh. If you've brought this hand down towards the mat, again, if it feels good, putting a little bit of pressure on the inside of our left knee. And then when you're ready, lifting back up into our warrior two, cartwheeling arms to frame front foot. Shifting back, we're going to come into our tabletop here, coming through a few cat and cows. So dropping belly to the floor, looking up, inhaling, exhaling as we push the floor away. Inhaling up, exhaling, pushing the floor away. And then coming through an extended child's pose, walking hands forward as we sink bum back. Walking our hands over towards the right hand side, placing our left hand on top of our right hand, sinking our head down, drawing bum back towards the edges of our mats. Taking a moment to breathe here. And then coming back through center, walking hands off towards the left hand side, right hand on top of left, sinking head down between arms. Coming to a deep side stretch here. And then coming back through center. Bring arms down towards the mat, elbows bent. We're going to come up onto our elbows, bring hands to prayer in front of our head. And then dropping our head down between our arms, trying to bend elbows, bringing hands behind our head. Or maybe it even comes behind our neck or between our shoulder blades, see where you are. And then taking a moment to breathe here. And then releasing our hands down, lifting up into our tabletop again, shifting legs back as we lower down towards the mat, coming into our crocodile, toes out to the side, the palm with our hands, forehead down towards hands,
Taking a moment to breathe here. And then coming through a few very gentle spinal back bends. See how you feel. Coming through our Sphinx again, drawing elbows underneath shoulders, drawing chest forward, keeping our chin tucked. Breathing deeply here. Even tucking chin deeper in towards chest, coming into a nice stretch in the back of our neck. Maybe moving our neck from side to side, see how it feels. And then bringing our neck back into center, in line with our spine. Bringing our hands out towards the side. If it feels good, again, coming up into seal, drawing chest forward. Keeping chin tucked. And then drawing chest forward as we lower. And then back into our crocodile for a moment. Breathing nice and deeply. And then we're going to bend through our knees. And we're just going to drop our feet from side to side. Coming into almost like reverse windshield wipers. Stretching through the bottom of our spine and our hips. And then coming back to center, extending our legs out, tops of our feet to the mat, bringing our hands underneath our shoulders, lifting up into our baby cobra again, engaging our spine, keeping our chin tucked. So you really want to feel the muscles next to your spinal column engaged here, even drawing belly button to spine to engage our core. Don't hold your breath, keep breathing. And then when you feel like it, pushing into hands, lifting up into our cobra, keeping elbows tucked as we draw chest forward. And then in our cobra baby, gazing over our one shoulder and gazing over our other shoulder, coming into a slight, again, spinal twist, see what feels good. And then coming back to center as we draw chest forward and lower, tucking toes, scooting to knees, pushing back into a wide-kneed, extended child's pose, sinking bum back, chest between our thighs, taking a moment to breathe. And then lifting up to sit on our haunches, bringing our knees together, bum to one side, legs out in front of us. We're going to come through a butterfly here, so bringing the soles of our feet together, drawing our feet in towards ourselves, and then just either holding onto toes or ankles and just bouncing our knees up and down. Sitting up nice and tall here. And then either sticking with the bounce, or if it feels good for you, you can just hold on to toes or ankles and draw knees down towards the mat. And if you're feeling really comfortable here, you can also take it into a forward fold. So see where you are, see what your body needs today. And then lifting back up to center, extending our legs further out in front of us, coming through a diamond forward fold. Inhaling our arms up, exhaling as we forward fold. Tucking our chin in towards our chest, taking a moment to breathe. And then inhaling up to center, extending our legs forward, shifting ourselves down our mat, holding on behind our knees. We're going to roll down through our spine, drawing knees in towards chest, giving them a squeeze, and maybe rocking from side to side, elbow to elbow. And then coming back to center and just hugging knees in towards chest here as we breathe. And then bring our arms out into a T shape, dropping both knees over towards the right hand side, gazing over our left shoulder. Taking a moment to breathe. And then lifting back up towards center, dropping both knees over towards the left hand side, gazing over our right shoulder. And then again lifting up. Extending our right leg as we draw left knee over towards the right hand side. And gazing over our left shoulder. And then lifting back up towards center, drawing both knees in towards our chest. We're going to extend our left leg out as we draw right knee over towards the left hand side, gazing over our right shoulder. And then drawing knees back up towards center, hugging them in towards our chest. Bringing our hands between our knees, holding on to the outside of our feet, drawing our feet up towards the ceiling. Coming into our happy baby here. Breathing deeply. And then drawing our feet together, knees together, giving them a squeeze. And then coming to lie on our mat. Extending our legs. Maybe bring our hands to heart. Or bring our hands towards the mat. See what feels good for you. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling, sighing it out. Taking a deep breath in. And exhaling, sighing it out. And one more deep breath in. Exhaling, sighing it out. Drawing our awareness to our heart space. And as we inhale, feel like we're expanding our heart space. And as we exhale, releasing. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, release. And then visualizing beautiful golden light each time you inhale, filling our heart center, and exhaling, releasing. Beautiful golden light filling our heart space as we inhale, and exhaling, releasing. Inhaling, expanding with this beautiful golden light, and exhaling, releasing. Then releasing control of our breath, releasing control of the visualization. Just spending a few moments here in Shavasana. Bring our awareness back to our breath, back to our body. Drawing our knees in towards our chest, giving them a squeeze. Taking a moment to really appreciate yourself, appreciate your body. Rolling onto whichever side best serves you, coming into the fetal position for a moment. Using our top hand to push us up into a seated position. Bring our hands to prayer at heart center. Just again focusing in on our breath. Noticing our breath. Noticing our life force energy. Noticing how we're feeling. May the long time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. And may the pure light within you guide your way on. And thank you for sharing your practice with me this evening. Sat Nam.